Hi everybody, it's Lace, and we're here in Diamond Field where we just actually wrapped up our first GM crafting event after persistence. The turnout was excellent, the feedback was great, and I think we ran a pretty good event. We had people, the event was supposed to be for 2 hours, and we had people that stayed up to our GMs, that is, okay? So the crafters doesn't really matter. It's about the people willing to donate their time. And we had people stay, it started at 2 p.m. my time. They stayed 5 hours just to teach others. That is the type of community that you're playing with. We had 2 hours slated. That's all we asked of their time. And you know, I had some GMs myself, but they also had some. We had a couple people that had stuff that I didn't have. And as this event continues and repeats, we're going to get more and more GMs and more varied things because you can't really do everything yourself. There's been some back and forth in the Nobles chat and on the forums where people are telling me, oh, I'm wrong about what I say or whatever. You know, I'm really not going to get into this. I read something, Themo Locke read something, some other, members of the community back me up in what I'm saying. You want to come to these events, it's going to take you less XP to get that GM than if you were doing it solo without us. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say math numbers or anything because people are just all crying about that and thinking I'm on crack. I'm not on crack, but we will have another one of these again in Diamond Fields in approximately 1 month. I need to look at the calendar and make sure I pick a date that's good for me and that there aren't any other events going on simultaneously with mine to ensure the best things. Typically with these, we'll block out an hour or two of time for this, and that's great. But usually I will say I will block out the rest of my afternoon because if people want to if they've gotten the experience and they've gotten the mats and they've hauled their butt here, I'm going to stay until you're done. You can't craft anymore because you're out of money, gold, mats, whatever, or XP. So while we'll say 2 hours, that's what I would like to ask of anybody else volunteering as a GM. I will stay and do what I can for anybody as long as they want. So keep that in mind, and I will get that next event posted. It worked very well. We have, like I've shown, we have, let's see if I turn these on. We have our crafting merchants, we have a banker, so you can start staging things here before the event. I've already gone over this before, but you got your crafting merchant for fuels, you got your magic merchant over here for those pieces for alchemy and other stuff, and there is a cooking vendor back here. She's a little bit, and this piano actually used to be back here, but the sound doesn't project all the way to the front, so I kind of moved it because actually this time we had somebody just rested, and he just jammed on the piano as a grandmaster teaching people. He just sat there and played the hell out of the piano. The weird thing is, from here to back here at the smelting station, even if I had the volumes cranked, I could barely hear it. That's something I kind of like to bug. This is only a village lot. It's not that big, but that's what happened with the last one. So anyway, we will be doing this again, and it looks like in persistence, we're going to try to do this once a month. Some people said, hey, maybe we can host it in our town and get some other people there. That's fine. I can't commit to everybody's GM events, but when I do events, I really want to see them emulated and replicated amongst other guilds and stuff. I can't commit to everybody's event because, obviously I got to do my own stuff too, but that's fantastic. That's exactly the purpose of me thinking about and designing events, is they need to be shared throughout the world. One person, one guild, one conglomeration cannot do it all. The world's too big for that, so that's absolutely perfect and exactly the spirit we need to have. Some guilds may limit it to just their guildies that they're doing it, and that's fine too. Mine are always going to be open world stuff and available to anybody. I just hope that, you guys are as generous as you have been with your GM sharing knowledge. Some people may say, I want to learn alchemy, tailoring, and masterworking tailoring or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say pick one first, and then based on the GMs that have volunteered their time, I'll put that person in a group that's, has a GM of that level. When they need to switch to a different skill, you'll need to tell me, hey, I'm now looking for blah, 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 and we'll find a GM for that if there is one available. Not every GM class will be there. Like somebody asked for cooking today. We didn't have any master chefs. Gordon Ramsay would be quite sad we had no master chefs out here today. And I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't have yelled at them the way he would. But yeah, we didn't have any of those. I think cooking's getting ready to start getting some love. And I suspect there's going to be some interest in cooking coming up. I'm just going to hint, maybe start saving your carcasses and stuff. Just a guess. Just a hint. I think it was supposed to be this past release, and didn't make it into R33. Doesn't mean it won't make it into R34, which will be a little bit later this month of September. So anyway, that's basically what I'd like to ask of people when they come to this. Come up, say hi. I want to work on this. If I don't hear you say it, I will ask you. And then we'll try to put you in a group with a GM, because we have many GMs coming, and this is going to help you people trying to run your own events. If you have two blacksmith people and one tailor and who's also a blacksmith, try to spread the people out. That way, if you've got somebody that's got a lot of maybe skills that aren't heavily GM'd, they'll take those players in. The more common ones will, suck those people in. It allows you to spread the work out amongst the GMs. It also, I tend to always talk in local, even though there's 2 or 3 parties going, because that way everybody gets a little conversation going, and we talk about chit-chat and the other. I heard an interesting term in Nobles before this event started, and I think it was called Stitch and Bitch. Sorry if that makes this R-rated or PG-13 or something. I think that's great, because people start sharing knowledge, talking about things that they like, dislike, issues, whatever, and it doesn't limit it. If you talk in party only and there's only 3 in your party, the other 10 or 15 people around you don't get to hear it. So I like to suggest talking in local only, so that all the parties hear it, regardless of what Grandmaster you're under. These are just some suggestions, again, for other folks wanting to try to emulate this event. I didn't give away any prizes. Sometimes I have before and whatnot in non-persistent events. I think just being able to study under a GM is pretty good reward in itself. I think that's all I got to say about that. If you want to try to do your own event, again, talking local, ask people what they want, set them up, spread the balance around. As your GMs have to leave, you might have to shuffle some groups, but again, try to spread the folks out. Okay, so I've got the next event scheduled now. It will be October 1st. That's approximately 3 weeks from now. That gives you plenty of time to save up some XP, save up some mats. I know as a crafter you want to just keep crafting, but it does give you 3 weeks to save stuff up if you really want to do that, and and then use it in an effective manner with Grandmastering. And that's going to be October 1st. It'll be at 2 p.m. Well, it's 1 p.m. New Britannia time to 3 p.m. New Britannia time. To me, that's 2 to 4. Because I'm an Eastern Standard Time person. But anyway, it's 1 p.m. New Britannia time, October 1st to 3 p.m. New Britannia time. That is the time commitment. It may run longer. We may have people willing to have more time available on that day, but don't expect that to be necessarily true. That's the time commitment. And again, as I showed you, you can show your mats in, you save up your XP, and it'll be just a little bit more effective way of leveling up under the study of a Grandmaster. The same thing holds true for folks trying to do, like, let's say, pole arms or blades or whatever. It's just a little bit more logistically difficult to try to do an event like that. I've got a couple ideas sketched out, and we may try to do that for a specific weapon skill or like let's say something, one of the more popular life trees or something like that. I don't have that on the books now. I'm still looking at the logistics of that and exactly how the best way to have an event like that will be. Look for that to come. I don't know when, but anyway, the next one's going to be October 1st. And I just again want to really thank Gillian Tenpenny and Reston Archon, who really helped out a ton with this last one, from their mentoring, their piano skills, and everything else. And I hope to see everybody the next one. So take care, everybody. Be safe and happy hunting and happy crafting and GMing.